Hey, family. Steve Copeland. This is the Couch Conversation Show. The Couch Conversation Show. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. I'm trying to let the boom, boom, boom. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. And then I gotta wait a minute, right? Because my mind is saying, boom, boom, boom. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. What's up, B More? What's up, B More? I'm trying to wait for my to get notifications from my other platforms that I'm live streaming. What's up, B More? B More. What's up, B More? What's up, B More? What's up, B More? What's up, B More? What's up? What's up, Ron nephew? What's up, B More? What's up, B More? What's up? What's up? What's up, B More? What's up, B More? What's up? What's up? Look, I put up a prompt, right? Trust in God's timing. Trust in God's timing. Right? And that's what I want to ask. What's up, son? Ron. Ron. Ron.
What's up, old man?
You know what? I think you don't.
$600 on TikTok today, cuz.
You don't love me no more.
I do love you.
I know you do. I know.
You know, you forever gonna be my uncle, bro. You know. I've been hustling.
Man, you know what?
See the fucking TikTok universe, something.
They
sent me $500 today.
They sent you $5?
Nigga, hey, ain't no more galaxies. We talking $50 and up at this
point. You know what? Well, you know you wanted my hearts, right? I don't care about nobody else, but when I come over there, I just don't want to be bothered with all that other stuff, nephew. But other than that, I be coming over there for you.
You know something? Me and Pretty not even cool no more.
What I'm trying to? Oh, Pretty intellectual.
Yeah, we're not even cool like that no more.
Yeah, people like her, and you already know because I was telling people about you. I'll be like, say like if June come up or somebody like that, I said Ron will drop me and bring him up because he already know.
Listen, I blocked all of them up.
Woo!
It's only a couple that come in, but they respectful because I already know what's going to happen.
Right.
Pretty, I ain't blocked Pretty, but shit, she know where I be at.
Right.
She be coming in my room and listening in my conversation. She want to come back, but she already know. She can't burn a bridge.
And she said something. She said that I'm not going to be the same way for 2026, right? And I was like, oh man, she growing. And then all of a sudden, she come right back in there bashing again, and I'm like, ah. Oh. But it's changed, you know. It's changed. It's changed.
I had a bunch of 304 Africans shaking booty on my TikTok live. They tried to scrutinize me to that technology and running the room that's older than me. So it was salty because I done ran over 10 grand up off TikTok in the past 2 months.
Right.
I've been really hustling. Like, you don't understand. Niggas sending lions and shit like that. Motherfucking fucking these big ass whales on the ship with the fucking wings on the back of it and shit. Yeah.
Right.
Getting to the bread right now. Huh?
I respect that, Ron. I respect that. And the good part,
I'm about to start uploading my show on to Spotify or Apple Music.
yeah. Come on.
So I can start getting paid off of that.
Right. Come on, because that's what I'm basically. That's why I said I need a team, Ron, because on my broadcast network, which is on my iPad, right? I'm streaming to like Facebook, 2 of my Facebook live stream pages, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and I'm trying to get, well, I can do Instagram as well on one spot, like right here. But I need somebody that know how to monetize it for me and everything. Cause I gotta grow it up. You already know that you gotta grow things up in order for you to really monetize on it. So I need a broadcast team. Real simple. Real simple. And do Spotify, because I was looking at Spotify myself. I'm connected with them, but I just didn't go live with them. And I'm on Vimeo and all that.
It ain't about going live. You gotta do episode. Say what you're doing right now. This is a whole episode.
Right.
You just take this and you take it to a platform where you can strip the audio. Strip the video, and you just get the audio of your platform. And you be like, welcome to Steven's couch talk episode.
Right.
And this is what you're talking about, trusting God's timing. That'd be the topic. You just have that up there and let people stream your shit and get paid from it.
Right. And see, that's why I said now you are better. I mean, you are much better with all the technology of it. I've been trying, but it seemed like I'm like, Steve, you got to get a team to somebody to better understand how to take it to the next level. See, be honest with you, with the Couch Talk show, I'm looking to be like another Oprah Winfrey one day, or Donahue, or somebody like that. But that's why you have to draw the crowd in. And I try to help people understand that this is how I commercialize my business and advertise my business, is on TikTok. It's not your regular broadcast, it's not your regular live stream. This is the Couch Talk, and then when I do the team talk on Saturdays and Sundays, that's part of the broadcast network for people to learn from it as well. So I've been hooking up with a lot of people that's working with teams and all this type of stuff. And I'm just one of them ones that dig deeper, nephew. I dig deep, but the goal is to guide them to professional help, whether it's the youth or the adults. And I come over, bro. I'm just, certain things I just can't tolerate, but I come to support you. I just don't like that other bull crap that from certain people, because it started dimming my spirit, to be honest with you. It started dimming my spirit, and God was like, didn't I tell you to go and start your own stuff back again, get on your, and then if I go somewhere else and my spirit out of whack, that's like God saying, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? So I admire everything that everybody do, but it's not for all of us, So it's not for me to not, I'm gonna say the messy TikTok or the toxic TikTok. And I know you love kidding and joking. I see that. That's why I be telling people, don't take my nephew too personal, because he will rally you up in a minute. But if they don't know that, they take it the wrong way. But I be like, here he come, here he come.
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't care if they take it the wrong way. I don't want them to take it the wrong way. Because at the end of the day, they still come back.
Look, you see how my head went? I know. I know.
And it's the reason why is because they like drama.
Yeah.
And once people learn the rules of how money talks on my panel,
bah, bah,
and when you
bah.
spend that bread, you make decisions. Just like when that nigga sent that lion today, he got 4 months free mutes, free drops. Can't nobody mute him. Shit, he can help pick a topic. All that shit. So like, you know, can't get dropped off the panel, can't get swapped out. You leave when you want to leave. You basically got ultimate privileges.
Come on. I'ma share this with you and don't tell them straight out. Saw showed a picture of himself in his house and everything, right? Man, I done gained the utmost respect for him. I said, I'm gonna call him nephew from now on, and if he gets smart with me, I'm gonna say, boy, don't make me whoop your butt. I mean, because I like when I see realness, you get me? And we was all on real platform, and he was just being him. But he finally showed his face. He was showing, you know, talking about he had purchased a home and 2 homes. And I really, really, really admire that about him, you know. Now, I'm a community man with mine, but I admire that about him. And I said the next time we on the platform together, I'm going to tell him, and don't you come for Big Unc no more, blah, 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 right? Just to let him know I have the utmost respect for him. You know, as a man, I'm going to put it like that, nephew. I just don't like for us as men to be hateful towards each other. I don't like that. So if I call you nephew, right, like me and Saul might argue, and I'd be like, all right, nephew, all right, blah, blah, blah. That's just to bring it back down. That's just to bring it down to earth. Anybody I call nephew, it's like, you know, let's tone it down. I mean, we can, because we know the ego, the pride, and all of that get in the way, and I'm better than you, and blah, blah, blah. We know all that. But it's like, once you go through that, all right, now let's come back down to reality.
Hey,
come on.
I gotta tell you something.
What?
Fuck that nigga Saul.
What
the fuck?
I told somebody, I said, look, I was telling them, I said, I was trying not to mention their names. I said, Saul, Pretty, Junebug, and I'm gonna tell you, Empress came over here one day, which was Tansy. Came over here one day and I had my head like this. First thing come out of my mouth, what's that on your head? And once I recognized who she was, I dropped it. But I don't want us, period, as grown-ups, her too, all of them like that. I don't want us to feel like we gotta come for each other in that sense. But I was shocked she came up. But I realized they watch from a distance, you get me? But they know certain things Big Steve ain't gonna tolerate. But you right, nephew. You right. And my whole thing with everybody, because I deal with people. You gotta respect people and be honest with you, leave them in their space. You know. But I always talk about you over here. I always talk about you. And you know, just like if I see your prompt and I see it's real interesting, I'll kind of talk about it and be like, my nephew this, my nephew that, you know, because it's very interesting. And every time somebody put up a prompt, nephew, it's like I have a life experience with it. And I'm so used to, I can't do nothing but share my story. And I know a lot of people might not like that because they like to, I don't know the word for it, but they don't like to be direct. And I'm not real good with answering a prompt, but talking about somebody else's stuff. You get me? I forgot what it's called, but I'm not good with that. I'm just not. I'm just good. If I experience whatever that prompt might be saying, and I got the big picture, I just share from that. And it's not to confuse nobody or mix nobody up. It's just life. It's life, you know? But yeah, man, you know I love you. You know I love you. I be over there. I be down in the comments sometimes.
I ain't tripping about that shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know, my shit is more dramified than ever. You probably have a heart attack on my panel.
Ah! And then look, I'm looking at Jador, right? That's a beautiful young lady, Ron, and I had to shut up.
You know, me and Jador, we on the same team.
Right, I know.
So shit, like Jador,
I know.
She actually how I got all of them gifts. She wants to give me the ideas for all them gifts. Well, I gave her some ideas for our platform. She gave me some ideas for mine. So we work together.
Right. And Chilla, oh my God. T'Challa, he started his own thing too, right?
Yeah, but everybody else.
I know.
Like I said, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still focused on my shit the most.
But look.
And I help support, but shit, I gotta grow. I had to see myself. I was falling down in the rankings. You know, I'm supposed to be like in the A League. I've been
right.
Shit
right.
My shit been taken off. So I've been slacking and shit. So I got to make sure I get back to where I deserve to be. So I know I'm supposed to be an A1.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, because you put out some, can I say, messy TikTok stuff. Now it's interesting.
Not even messy though.
It's interesting.
If you see the shit, like I ain't bringing nobody life stories into it. We
talking
about people that don't got to deal with nobody. Messy talk, they dealing with people life stories, putting people my charts, they health records and shit online and shit. That's messy talk. I'm not that. I just make some toxic ass prompts. Right. I don't make niggas want to unalive themselves.
And see, that's what I was saying. Well, anyway, your introduction lets people know that it's more like a toxic thing, but it's really, really interesting. So I don't think I really paid a lot of attention to the messy one, but I just heard about it because of certain things that happened with the young lady and stuff like that.
Next time I'm in one of them shits, I'm gonna send you. You gonna see me share like Ron Versation share something with you. I don't give a fuck if you live in that motherfucker and come witness for yourself and see the shit that go on.
You was on somebody live and I came in, but I stay in the comment. And
I'm on for one of them. My boy DJ turned to messy talk, so I help him out. But I know everybody. I just don't partake. I don't give my opinion. I play music. I play some music like I play like the sound effects like damn or some shit like that. But I ain't getting involved in this shit.
I'm saying, look, because when you started doing that.
Listen, somebody say something about my daughter, my child, I'm gonna really find them and I'm gonna unalive them.
No. I know that's how we feel, but your daughter needs you. Keep in mind, I know that's the first thing. Be honest with you, as a father.
47% of unaliveness are unsolved.
Yeah, all right, stop. Stop. But look, but hey, Ron, and I know yours is still young, so now understand. To have 4 grown daughters, and then you got one that messed with a narcissist, and I had to tell him to back up. I had to tell him, don't try to mold and shape my daughter. We raised her very well, but those are some things that she have to do, like letting go. But other than that, I ain't jeopardizing my freedom, bro.
Teacher, I'm sorry, I had to jump in. You gotta let her know how to pray and work against it. God says there's reproof and recompense for people like that. So gotta handle it.
Reproof, recompense, get away and stay away. Cause faith. Look.
I say that because
Woo!
I'm in the midst of dealing with one.
Woo!
But I beat him in his own game. You gotta know how to pray. And he knows when they're a narcissist, they're dealing with demonic things, right? And so you just gotta know the word. And then gotta even tell him. In the midst of talking in a conversation one day, he said to me, touch not my anointing and do my prophets no harm. So that was God letting him know, hey, I got this one covered. So watch what you don't.
I hear you, bro. My lady, don't tell him. Hey, he also said, be still. Hey, keep playing with me.
Well,
keep playing with me.
Look.
I ain't playing with these niggas.
Look, Ron.
Said, hey, when niggas want to go to war, hey, he said, if you go to war, that's not a sin, right? If you have to go to war, that's not a sin. So if a nigga makes me want to do something, that is not a sin. But hold on, I gotta get ready for the dip. I'm hop back on later.
All right, Ron. Thanks, nephew. one day, right? That's my daughter's house. And I had to tell him, respect our house. You in her place. Well, anyway, just trying to be nice as man to man. And he made a statement out of his mouth. Yeah, I can get you unalive if I want. And I looked at him like, what the hell did you just say? What the freak did you just say? And the only person I could think about was his mother losing her son. I'm like, boy, you don't tell nobody no bull junk like that. And then the sad part about it, I'm retired. But a lot of us retired OGs know certain people in certain areas still. That's why I be telling people, watch what you say out your mouth. Because you don't know who. And I'm that type of one, if I know what area you in, I know who to call over there, and they could be retired like me. And I'll call and say, have you ever heard of such and such and such? Or that's all I got to do is call my nephews. And the reason why I say that is because they not into the game like that. But they in the streets. They might be in a store working with their buddies, so they run across, people that's doing whatever. I don't knock that. But my thing is, when you call yourself threatening somebody, you don't know who family member you talking to. You, and then that's why I tell a lot about young men. Watch what you say. I was always taught, don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. And if I came for you, guess what? I came by myself. My brothers and them always told me, don't take an eyewitness with you. I was like, huh? Now I'm young. Carried a 32, trying to watch it for TikTok. Pew pew, right? Fit in the center of my hand. I had it in my pocket. I was 15 years old. I ain't play. And I said it's only two reasons why people carry them. To protect themselves or they're gonna hurt somebody. And then my nephew threw a third one in. I ain't even pay attention to it. Either to hurt somebody, to protect yourself or hurt somebody. And my nephew said, and to show off. I said, God dang it, I didn't even look at that one just to show it off. Cause I'm looking at
the ones who get in situations though when you're showing off.
Yeah.
You be quiet about it. I don't want you to know nothing about what I got.
See,
so,
that's and see, I'm trying to remember where it came from. I had a sawed-off shotgun that took the two green and orange big old pellets. I was young. I had a machete, one of them bamboo machete that I got from North Carolina. I think the rifle I brought back from North Carolina. Used to can carry them around. I don't know about now. But back in the days, you carried them and you didn't have to have them registered. But I remember the pew-pews, right? And I used to carry that sucker around. Come on, I was a child.
Yeah, I carry a what is it? A stun gun with me.
A what?
Where I got a stun gun.
Well, I'm gonna share this with y'all, right? When I first got clean, I had pulled. I'm trying to think of another name for knife out on somebody, right? I'm trying to think of another name for it. The cut. And they was running from me, and I pulled it out because they was getting smart with me, and I got clean. I was clean. And ever since that day, I stopped. I stopped carrying. And now, mind you, I'm driving tractor trailers. So I need that box cutter. So I started turning it off like this. And somebody said, you need one of them box cutting things and stuff like that, right? I was like, nah, it's two things I don't carry. I said, I don't carry a pew-pew and I don't carry that. And the guy was like, wow. I said, because I ain't got a problem with using it. I said, that's the only. But look, I had to sooner or later, right? I had to start getting that box cutter because I was breaking nails. But by this time, you know, you got to practice some self-control and discipline, and you got to stop allowing or acting out on your behavior in a negative way. Because when I would go to certain places, and if you disrespected me, bringing in your freight, I had to learn to humble myself with a lot of the shippers and receivers. Because number one, you ain't gonna talk to me and treat me any kind of way. And if you came at me, I came back for you. But then I had to learn, Steve, you represent the company. So you don't want to go nowhere and then you respond in a negative way to deliver freight. And then you representing FedEx Freight, but you represent the company as a whole, but you acting like a clown. So, excuse me, family. So I had to learn over the years to practice more self-control and discipline. But I was thinking about this, Faith. And I like picking with people, family. If somebody call themselves threatening me, mainly on TikTok, I tell them real quick, meet me at North in Pennsylvania. That's one of the most, to some areas, that's one of the most dangerous areas in Baltimore City. And then I'll tell them stuff like this: just ask for the big mouth boy, the black dude, or just ask for Deacon Steve and watch what happens to you. Right? Because when I'm over the way, I'm right there a lot of times at North in Pennsylvania, and I know some people that have organizations that's out there that be sitting and talking with our young men. And when I show up, they be like, Steve, talk to that one right there, talk to that, you know, just to point them in the right direction, you know. So my thing is, if you want to come and you call yourself coming for me in a negative way, that's all I gotta do, go over there and just throw my name around. But the goal is, if you are, because I done ran across people on here that's from Baltimore, and I was thinking about that today, family, and they were talking a real good game about what they doing in the community and how they trying to do this and do that. But the next thing I know, they talking about taking people down. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's like you contradicting yourself. See, I come from the gangster lifestyle. I come from all of that, so I know about that. So the goal is to work with our young men and women where you won't have to continue being so destructive. So I'll use my personal experience to help them understand how I was able to come up out of certain things, you know, and I got to give it to God, because I'm looking at it. And I'm like, it was because of God that I was able to come on this side and be on this side a day at a time for 33 years. But I know, because I'm looking at my life, right? And before I came on, I'm looking at my life, talking with God. The only things that I had to make sure I'm walking on the right path, or I'm staying on the right path, I got to look at my past. Am I still practicing those lies, those manipulating, those justifying, and you know, that corrupt? Am I carrying it in this lifestyle in today and now? And then when I do evaluation, I look at myself, I'll be like, nah, and keep moving. Because I have to glance at that to make sure that I'm still walking in the correct path, on the correct path. And I was looking at that today, talking with God, and just looking at a lot of stuff, family, and being older now and saying this, a lot of that stuff that I used to do, it just don't feel right no more. And I have outgrown some of it, and I'm like, wow. I was sitting up here, Faith, I'm like, you know, I ain't been on a serious date in like 7 years now. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm 64. I got peace in my life. I made myself a nice dinner. And I know what I can do for that queen. I want her to be able to provide the same. But I got to looking at myself. And I'm like, Lord, I know you love me. And sometimes I want some wang wang, you know, some bang bang bang. But you know, but
You are human. You
right.
like, come on, it's real.
And that's why I said it, because I'm like, look, but in a way, I'm all right for right now, but it's like, no, but yeah, no. And then I said, if it happened, it happened.
Yeah, practicing celibacy is
Woo!
as hard because you get certain times the way you're gonna automatically have urges, especially as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm talking from my experience.
Thank
When
you.
you're a woman, in certain times of the month, right, that you just be like, woo, I'm ready to get it, right? But you just like, okay, should you just still keep on with your purpose, right? All right. And so, and then during those times, it's like everything tempting want to be around you, you know? So it's just like, nope, gone in the name of Jesus. Let me walk on. I go to the gym. I just left the gym. Okay. The gym is my outlet now for a lot of things. I'm not lying to you. The gym saved me from being and doing anything that I should not be doing, because when I'm angry, I work out. When I'm feeling that way, I work out. When I'm, when I'm happy, I work out. That has been one of my best outlets to help me and keep me on the right track, because this is your flesh. And so you work in your flesh by working your body. So that's the way that I handle things now, so that I won't go in the wrong direction.
And you know what? Oh my God, thank you. Cause that's the same attitude. I have to look at it, and I have to look at this right. Being with somebody is not a problem. That's not a problem. It's just I don't want just no anybody. You get me? So yeah. So I'm like, you got all of these opportunities, and this somebody said something on one of their prompts today, Faith. Like once you get married and the two become one, the world don't stop existing.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
And they was talking about. Now I think we talked about this the other day too. Now, in my case, because I'm community, right? So I deal with men and women, you know. So they was talking about having a friend and then being married. But then I'm like, your friend don't have to be a friend that you sleep with. They could be acquaintance, associates, and stuff like that, right? Colleagues. But what I had to look at, life don't stop. The whole thing is, and I'm looking back at me, right? I'm looking at me. And it wasn't the issue with that one. It was just the point of me trusting me, not you.
Yeah.
Not you, because you got to monitor you. And if you make the decision, like I did, to go and step outside, that's something I got to deal with, consequences wise, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it, right? And that's not the purpose, but to just step. But if a person step, it's some unresolved issues inside of them.
Exactly.
And
you have to ensure that you work on yourself before you even attempt to get involved with anyone else. And then you just got to be careful, because it can be times where you can deal with somebody and they can show you a whole different person for a certain amount of time, and then they switch up. That's why I say dealing with a narcissist, because you can be a good person to a partner, and then all of a sudden they just switch up, and then you like, what in the world? Who is this person? Where did they come from? And then you just end up here. And I had to get to the point to where I would not be frustrated with black men. I was so tired. I'm serious. I was to the point to where I was like, I'm not gonna date another black man in my life, because I got so tired of trying to uplift a black man, be with a black man, keep ourselves positive, build with ourselves, right? To where you think that you're doing that, and then the roles change. And you're like, what
in the world who is this, who, and you haven't changed, you know? And then you got to pray about it. You got to cry. You got to talk to God. You got to talk to other people. And you're just like, you know what? You know, God has already showed them even, you know? And you have to look at yourself. And that's why I will continue to work on myself. I will continue to be myself. And I'll continue to ask God to work with me. And I'll continue to do what he tells me to do at this time, right? Because I said, I'm serious. I thought I was just gonna be like, you know what? I'm about to go find me a white man. I'm tired.
I was look. I was waiting for you to finish because I wanted to ask you this, right? I wanted to ask you this. Wait a minute. Let me see. Somebody just say, "Hey, push in." I wanted to ask you this, right? Now, I had to realize, for me, my picker is broke. That's why I was over here making them faces, right? Because I'm like, look, and everything you said is so true. But it's like whenever I let somebody close to me that I really care for and stuff like that, and then that other side, what you saying, show up, and then now look, in a way, I can't blame them. I'm like, what the freak is wrong with me? I keep attracting this, right? You know? That's what I wanted to know. Do you ever say that to yourself? Because, yeah.
Look, let me tell you what it is. I listened to a message the other day. I prayed to God. I said, God, show me what it could be, right? He said, because you're looking for a relationship and you're looking to be married and you want to do things the right way, you're making it an idol. You're putting it before me. And when you make it an idol and you put it before me, the enemy can send someone like a narcissist in your life. So now I recognize that I have to put him first and not make looking for a husband or wanting to be with someone an idol. And now when I put him first, then he's going to allow that person to, it's just going to be his situation, his timing, and it's going to work. Because I'm already ready, but I can't make what I want an idol. And
that I love it. I love it. I love it. The idol part. Because remember what I said? I made that person my God. And I realized basically I stepped across a line that I shouldn't cross, making that one individual. And we can get lost. We can get lost in people. That's why, hey, Belle, that's why I be like, I had to read up early on this book, Codependency No More, by Melanie Bailey. And for people like us that loves real hard and deep, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just everybody don't deserve what we have to offer. And we tend to give it to the wrong people. So when I found out, actually, when I went to a therapist, he was the one that told me, I was telling him what was what, just like when you were saying, I'm saying, making that my idol. And he said, that sounds like codependency. And I said, God darn it. Because I read that book when I first got clean. And it wasn't to take anything, like you saying, and make it my idol, put it before God. But I did not. You could not tell me that's my wife. I'm supposed to make sure she's straight. I'm supposed to fix her. I'm supposed to this and that. That's why when I hear people say certain things, I'll be like, okay, keep on. I'm supposed to fix her. I need to, and I realize if a person don't recognize what's what with them, it can drive you crazy trying to, you know. But you can throw things at them to throw hints, I'm trying to say, just to let them know, you know, please go get some help. Because you've done all you can to try to, support them. I don't want to, I'm trying to avoid the word mold and shape them. You get me?
Yeah.
But that's what we do. But it's just support them. So I learned. That's why I said this time, be honest with you, I don't want nobody in my life that I feel like I gotta fix. I need you to be whole. You get me? I ain't look. I can't reinvent the wheel. Come on. I ain't trying to mold no bear. You need to already be straight. I want to love you for you, and I know to me, right? I want us to maybe have arguments once in a while, maybe every 6 months. I don't like you. I don't like you either. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Talk to you later, all right? little stuff like that. But that's just my fantasies, right? I just don't want to. Y'all understand?
Hold on. You're gonna hear my alarm. Hold on.
All right. I just don't. I feel like whatever that's going on in my life, and I feel like oh God, I feel like I live a real good life, and whatever problems, it's not your problem. Whatever that's happening here, it's not for me to bring it to you. You know. And even if I'm feeling a little down and out from some bull crap that happened out there, if I feel like I'm going to push it here, it's just to help you understand I'm not in a good space right now. So you won't feel uncomfortable about it because I don't want to bring it here. I'm like, And if I hear certain women steady doing this, and it's like you won't be quiet with it a little bit, to me, that's not a healthy place. I'm just saying to me. Because it shows red flags to me, you know, because I'm not trying to, you know, I'm like.
Yeah, because if you can't communicate, if you can't be, that's a point of being able to communicate, but also being meek and gentle at the same time, showing our nurturing side, showing our soft side, because that's what we're supposed to be. Even because that will calm you down if we're doing that properly, even when you're angry. Just the presence of a woman who's in her soft and meek and gentle state will calm you down. So it's just a point of just knowing how to calm who you're with down. Doing what you're supposed to do.
And when you said that, the first thing that hit me, I'm tired of being humble and meek and stuff. Because it was a lot of times I had to shut my mouth. Because I understand it takes two. You get me? So somebody had to be strong enough to like, boom, the least to stop it, you know. And I think that was a part of me getting lost too. Cause I had to, I love that meek and mild. Cause I had to humble myself more than ever. And when I did talk with, during this time I had like 17 years clean. That's how I calculate stuff, right? And when I talked with the therapist, and I had stepped outside my marriage by this time, right? And he told me, he said, I made the conscious decision. I made the conscious decision up here to go cheat. When I was called a hypocritical B, something went off my head. Bing! I said, I'm gonna cheat on you now. Because she was already accusing me. I wasn't cheating. But anyway, I made the conscious decision. Listen to what I'm saying. I made it. I thought about it and I went and I did it. Now the therapist told me, he said, no, you felt weak to your feelings and emotions. I said, ooh. I said, damn. So I had to look at the little boy. It was the little boy that ran. I said, ooh. Because once he said it, I had to look at me. Because no matter how you feel what's going on with you, you ain't got to step in that. You ain't got to do that, Steve. And when he told me that, I was like, ooh. it was the little hurt boy that ran.
Reality, like, dang,
you got it? Yup. And look, I'm only saying this, family, because whenever I screw up, I gotta look at me. Whenever you screw up, I ain't gonna point the finger away. You did this, you did that, because if you can't see it for yourself, that's your thing. I can only own up to my part. And it's not to beat you down about yours. But when he told me that, I was like, oop. I felt weak to my feelings and emotions. So I had to do the work. I had to do the work to reverse it, right? And I'm like, wow.
Because that's the problem. Most people aren't willing to put in the work to be able to enjoy what you want to enjoy because it's there and available to you.
Ooh, I love that word, to joy. Yup, to joy. I'm sorry, Faith. But you saying some words that's really, it's true, dear to heart. Dear to heart. And not to cut you off, but one thing, I'm going back to thy own self be true, right? I'm going back to thy own self be true. And watch when I say, I'm going to do it again, and watch the other half I put. To thy own self be true. Do you understand why I had peace in my life today the way I do? Because no matter what negative things or what might happen or whatever. When I own up to my stuff as an adult, you was wrong. When you own up to it, then if you need to apologize, right? Because now once I apologize to you, I'll have peace back in my spirit, whether people understand it or not. And I just want people to know, if a person apologizes to you, you don't have to accept it. You don't. But let me tell you this, it takes a lot of weight off of that individual. Because once I apologize for the role I played, if you tend to continue carrying that, well, I ain't gonna forgive you, I ain't gonna do this, well, that's your problem. Why? You carrying it.
Like once I let go, well, forgiveness really is for the person, really is for you, right? So when you refuse to forgive, then people will deal with disease and trouble, and you're trying to figure out why your body hurting and all that stuff. That's filling you up. That negativity is filling you up. So why would you want to maintain that when you can have peace and going on about your business? I'll forgive anybody anytime. Because forgiveness is for me.
Right.
It's for you. It's for me. And I'm going to do it genuinely. I don't want to pretend, okay? Because pretending that you're going to have peace afterwards. Because you won't have peace if you're pretending, right? But if I do it genuinely from my heart, I understand a heaviness will lift off of you.
Yes.
I've forgiven. How God showed me that was my son's father, my oldest son's father. He hurt me so bad. He was like my first major relationship, right? And he just did me so wrong, kept on cheating and doing that type of stuff. But we were young. And I didn't realize how long I was holding on to that. I didn't let that go until 2024. He came up for my son's graduation, okay? And I was just praying and like, God, what do I need to work on? And God said, forgive him. He's here. You need to forgive him in person. And I had to call that man and be like, I forgive you. I forgive you for hurting me. I forgive you for everything you done. And as soon as I said that, because it was from my heart and that's what God told me to do, a weight was lifted.
I know. You see me do this, right? Boom.
Yeah. So forgiveness is for you. Now, if the other person chooses not to accept it, that's on them. That's going to harm them because that's how it works. It's relief. Because God said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So that's what it was replaced with.
Oh, I had to go back to somebody just like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And I carried that weight, I'm going to say 10 years into my recovery. Mm-hmm. And that time came when I had to go to them and apologize. Mm-hmm. I didn't go all into details. I just said I apologize for any harm that I caused you while we was coming up. And they said, boy, we hurt each other. And when they said that, you talking about boom, that weight, it was like, I felt free. That's why, and it's not being smart, family. Being clean in the process of what Faith is talking about, we have an 8th step that you make a list of the people that you harm. The 9th step, you become willing to make amends to them. Some people you can't go to and apologize because really your life could be in danger when you do. Or you can't be too specific. Remember when you were 7 and I was 9 and I hit you upside your head or whatever. You can't be too specific, right? Yeah. Because it might bring harm to you. But you just apologize for the role you played. So I had to go back, even with my aunt and all of them. I had to put them on the list because we all hustled and she gave me a package. I messed it up. She gone now and I can talk about it. But anyway, I ain't taking no damn money back, but still. But anyway, during that time, right, I did bury you. I just thought about that. Let me stop. But look, these are some of the amends that we had to make because of the people that we encountered throughout our lives. And guess what? Not only that, check this out, family. I was selling poison back to the community. Mm-hmm. So the only way I can correct that wrong was to stop doing it. Because even though I got clean, I thought about it from time to time, putting the package back out on the street, talking about how good God is, and I'm over here, like a lot of people do. But guess what? That's them. I seen you on Popcorn. That's them. But now, only reason why I'm saying it, because that was a nice step. And I think, I'm not sure, because I've been clean for a long time. But anyway, I put everybody on that list except for myself.
Ooh.
And then I had to go back and put myself first above everybody. Because just like Faith said, I had to learn to forgive me first more than anything. And once I put my name on there and I started looking at the anger, the resentment, the bitterness, the hurt, those are things that you tend to act out on, the jealousy, the insecurities, the distrust. We call them character defects. And character defects is those negative side of us that tends to ruin our life. So in that process of seeing that, after I took a good look at myself, that self-inventory, and realized even though I got hurt too, but I had to look at the role I played, not with somebody that was older than me that might have took advantage of me. They were some sick individuals, but I had to forgive them for what they did to me. Forgive myself for how I felt about what they did to me. You got me?
Yes.
So all of this, what I'm saying, family, as a sponsor that deals with people, period, because I realized as a sponsor of the 12-step program, then having my LLC, I didn't know until Tanya told me. My goal is just to help people put their lives together. Tanya said, Steve, you know what you are? She said, you are a life coach. I was like, huh? But I looked it up and it described me. I just didn't go to get certified because I do not, this is where I'm at. I do not want HIPAA to tell me you can't do this, Mr. Copeland, you can't do that, or if you say this or you say that, you can get sued. The freak with you. That's how I feel about HIPAA. Because if I want to talk with somebody and we dealing about rape issues, molestation issues, abandonment issues, I'm talking about stuff that's deep down inside. I don't want nothing to stop me from taking them to that personal place to help them grow. That's the only reason why I didn't become certified.
Amen. You got to do what you got to do in the way that God tells you to do it.
Thank you.
Everything is not always about systematic things. So that's kind of like a systematic certification. When God made you that already, you've been anointed with that before, and you even knew that you had it. So you don't have to go get a piece of paper for somebody to tell you when God already did it.
And that's why I try to explain to people, right, that whenever I talk about a tragedy and I share recovery process, I'm not held bound by HIPAA laws. My company is not held bound by HIPAA laws. I did that for a reason. I did it for a reason. The goal is to prepare them and guide them to the people that's certified. They are the professionals to help them. By the time I'm talking with them and you come in their lives, I want them to be honest, have faith, and trust in themselves. So when they talk with you, they could be honest with you. And then you'll know how to work with them a lot better and a lot quicker.
That's why your role. That's why he left you within that role and to be able to deal with real people, his people out here on the streets. Because having a certified person is different going into a building, but that person can't always go out to this person on the street and be able to talk to them like you can. So that's why I say you're already certified. God certified you. So, you already got your certificate. He gave it to you.
And I say that too, and I'm sorry, Popcorn, because I seen your hand raised. I say that too, right? I was already sponsoring men and women anyway. And I'm sitting in the church. By this time, I'm ordained deacon. I'm sitting up in the balcony. And the Holy Spirit hit me and said, I need you to go back out there more into the streets, right? And me and the Holy Spirit had an argument. I'm like, I ain't going out there. Next thing you know, I'm in the streets. Because I thought about Jonah, right? He called you to the street. He said, who can better help my people than you?
Exactly.
You come from that.
Where was Jesus at when he was
In the streets.
He wasn't in any building. He went into the building, to the temple, got mad because of how they did it, flipped the tables over, then went right back outside and went to talk to his people, to the people that needed him. So you doing your purpose.
And I share that with people all the time. Y'all can talk about Jeremiah, Moses, David, Zephaniah, the heck of Rebecca, and all of them. Y'all know their stories better than you know your own story.
Man, let me tell you, I love the word so much that, you know, I like to find the characters that, or a lot of the people in the Bible that most people don't even think about. So one of my favorites is Deborah. Yeah, so like how much she fasted and prayed for other people. She was an intercessor for people. And she would sit there and just fast and pray. She would be in the temple and fast and pray. So it's so many different people that we can read about in the Bible, you know, and you can look at circumstances, because I can't think of her name right now, okay? But her husband was a narcissist. She was a sweet lady. I can't think of her name, and when I get a chance, because I'm gonna take a shower in a minute, and I'll come back and I'll tell you about it. But she was a nice lady. She had to get married. Her husband was rich and he was wealthy, but he was like a narcissist. He was just really pompous and out there like that, right? So that's in the Bible. And then he got to this point where she had to save him. She was a sweet, kind person, because David and his army was helping protect his land. And he was like, hey, could you please send us some supplies, some food or something like that? And then he was like, no, I'm not giving y'all nothing. And so David and his army was going to go kill him and tear that place up. But his wife went out ahead and was like, I'm so sorry. She bowed down and gave him the supplies and everything that he needed. Then stopped that. Then her husband wound up dying anyway, okay? And then David wound up marrying her. She was one of David's wives.
Oh,
so,
you're not talking about Bathsheba, is you?
No, not Bathsheba. She was the one who was I think that was the one where he saw bathing. Is that the one? I think that's
Bathsheba. Oh goodness, I can't think of her husband's name that he put on the front line to be unalive. I'm thinking King David.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna tell you her name. I'm gonna look up the name. I'm gonna look at the name of the husband, right? But he was a narcissist. That's what I've been thinking about. Like when you said narcissist, I was like, oh God, thank you, Lord, for bringing it to my memory. I just can't remember her name. And then I think the name of her husband. But yeah, it was interesting to think about that she saved because he wanted to be narcissistic and pompous, and he was wealthy, and he thought that I ain't gonna help them, but they were helping him. And they could have came and killed him and all them people. Them people were worried. But because she was humble, meek, gentle, and quiet, she went out there and gathered the food and gathered what they needed and gave it to him. And that's what saved that place. And she left it all behind to go with David before he was even king.
So you talking about young David. Come on, Popcorn.
But I'll be back, y'all.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I have to take a shower. So y'all have a good day.
All right, Queen.
Man, I wanted to ask her a question before she left. It's cool. The question that I wanted to ask earlier was what made, when y'all was talking about forgiveness, and this is something that I'm just kind of trying to understand for self. What made you feel like you wanted to reach out to the people that you betrayed in your past to ask for forgiveness? And why not just go to the Father and just repent to him regarding your betrayal and just leaving the closure, let the closure just be the closure? That's something that I'm just not understanding as a self reflection thing, because something that happened to me recently, not recently, but romantic recently. It's old, but the experience that I experienced with that, I didn't expect that person to apologize. They didn't apologize. They did what they did. We sat, we had closure, but it wasn't the type of closure you expect. I mean, I don't think anybody's closure face-to-face closure is something that is going to be organized, or, you know, because emotions are riled up, right? But let's just say in the years to come, for the foreseeable futures, I don't expect an apology from that person. And I just hope that I've already taken it up with God, and I've forgiven him, and I'm moving on with my life. So I don't know. I don't understand why people feel the need that they got to reach out again to let somebody know that what they did, because it's like, why would you even do that? Like, you did somebody wrong, and like, why would you even want to try to like say something to them? And I don't know. I'm just trying.
Well, let me say this. Was God the one that did him wrong, or was it you?
I didn't do nobody wrong.
But I'm gonna flip it around. Now, if somebody harmed you, was God the one that harmed you, or was it that other individual that harmed you?
It was the other individual that harmed me.
Right. Now, when we do something the same way we want God to forgive us for the mistakes that we make in life, and I'm gonna say towards him, we want him to forgive us, right? And if you can't forgive somebody else for whatever harm or stuff they caused you, why should God forgive you for whatever harm you caused him? Or going back on his word. That's the harm I'm talking about. Like when you know the truth between wrong and right. Now, God was the one that empowered me and encouraged me to go back and to correct the wrongs that I made for the destruction that I caused in people's lives. Now, everybody I couldn't go back to and just apologize, but you learn not to do that again, because people gonna come in your life, so you try not to make the same mistakes. One of my best friends, and I thought about it one day, I pushed them and they had a scar on their face. Well, anyway, they passed away. I never got a chance to tell a person in person, so I had to write a letter, right, to that person. And most of all, I had to forgive myself for the shame and the guilt that I was carrying because of what I did. That's why we end up to those that we can, because you are carrying shame, you're carrying guilt, you're carrying anger, you're carrying all these negative feelings inside of you. These are the things that's stopping God from being true to you, as far as you carrying all these negative thoughts and feelings and things like that, but you're talking about how good God is. But you still full of anger, you full of shame, you full of guilt, you full of jealousy, you full of insecurities. God, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go in order to have peace. So once you recognize current resentments, current anger, and I'm trying not to get too personal, but for me, I cannot call myself being, I was gonna say dislike you. I might not speak to you no more, but I'll love you from a distance. I don't hate you, but if I'm ever around you, I have no problem in talking with you, dealing with you in that sense. But I know that we're not on that level of like we used to be. And I'm only saying that because of stuff that I do community-wise with certain people, right? But now, and I don't want to confuse you, but I cannot go around carrying no anger, resentment, or I ain't trying to be bothered with this person. I hate this person. I dislike this person. And then as soon as I do something stupid, right, like going against the word of God, oh, please, Lord, forgive me for what I've done against you. Oh, the sins that I committed against you. Now, see, I ain't going to forgive nobody else, but I want him to forgive me for what I did wrong against him. And God be like, yeah, right. Come on, Kay.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna answer this. So, forgiveness is kind of hard depending on what the person did, right? But over time, I learned that forgiveness is really not for the other person. So what happens is when someone betrays us or do us wrong, you're right, we have some type of resentment for them. We want to hold it against us, but then we become prisoners to what the person has did. And I really said, and I really thought about that we create this prison for ourselves when we cannot forgive the person, not forgive them for them, but forgive them for us so that we can move forward with our life, right? Because when you think about, I'm not for relationships ending on bad terms, right? I always think that if you can mediate things and just come to a disagreement, to agree to disagree that this is not working, even if the person do harmful things, guess what? They're gonna reap that sooner or later, right? But I like to think about forgiveness is being for us, so that we can pray on it, that we can take the necessary steps that we need so we can move on. And some people do feel like they have to go back and get that validation. I think that that's trauma that they're still holding on to if they're expecting the other person to give them some type of closure, right? Me, I find closure through prayer and really just focusing on how I can move forward and not keeping myself in that prison, because our mind is a powerful thing. One thing I'm realizing is people really don't know how our brains operate, or like how our mental can really hold us in certain places, right? And it can be like grudges, like it's almost like a grudge in some sort if you don't forgive them in the proper way. So I feel like it's always best for someone to not seek validation from the other person when we're talking about forgiveness, but really take the steps they need so that they won't be imprisoned by what that person did. That's how I feel.
I love what you said. Now look, because Faith was saying it too. It took me 10 years. I was clean. And I had to go back and apologize to this person. And I was carrying that shame. I was carrying that guilt for the longest time. And when I went back and told that person, I said, I apologize for the harm that I caused you when we was growing up. And they said, boy, we heard it ourselves. And it was like a weight was lifted off of me. And I thought about that again, Kay, as you were saying it, right? I was set free. So we talking about praying to God, and God was the one that told me, go and correct that wrong. And it's the same with God. If God tell us to do something and we don't do it, God tell us to do something and we don't do it, are you going to still have peace in your spirit?
No.
Right.
I don't think so.
Right. So that's how I recognize that freedom. Even to this day, if I'm sitting here and say like I always say it, if I say something wrong or I did something wrong, but I might not recognize it, but my conscience is going to tell me. My conscience is not going to be at peace. My spirit, I will say conscious, but my spirit. And sometimes I'll have to sit back and I might have to take an inventory of myself to wonder why I'm feeling, y'all might call it a divine intuition or something like that, right? Why my conscience, my spirit is not at peace. So I have to sit still, take a look at my day. And it could be something from yesterday where I need to correct the day, where I can have peace in my spirit. So the goal is, if he showed me that you owe popcorn an apology for what you said out your mouth yesterday, I would have to apologize to her. I might make it specific. Like, remember yesterday when I said such and such and such and such? In order for me to feel that hedge of protection back around my life. Because right now, God is like, his hand is, Steve, you wrong. You. And I'm like, I don't know what I did, but he'll reveal it. And I'm only saying this is how my relationship with the Holy Spirit is. In order for me to have peace in my life. Anytime I go against the truth, whether it's the laws of Moses or just living the right way of life today, and if I go against anything that I'm trying to have peace in my life with, I'm not going to have peace until I correct it. And it's not as much as you. It's for me to have peace and comfort in my life back with the Holy Spirit. That's more than anything in this world to me. Is feeling that hedge of protection around my life. And I don't like nothing to interfere with that when I'm not at peace. Because I'm going to take a good look at myself and be like, why am I feeling uncomfortable? Why this not right? Why didn't I? And sometimes it's just you just feeling uncomfortable. And he'll reveal it. You know, it's just, but that's what we talk about when we talk about prayer. That's what we say when we talk about prayer and meditation. You know, when you do a self-inventory, because that's communicating with God when you asking him to show you what's going on with you. So basically, or what he's trying to say to you, that comes with prayer and medication. I mean, why was I going to say medication? Meditation.
Medication too.
So I'm gonna take their medication.
I can't be medication. You ain't.
No, I'm messing with him.
You take that.
Yeah, but cause see, I'm trying. I mean, I just want y'all to understand. My peace means more to me. My peace. To be able to sit here and try my best not to worry about a lot of stuff that we talk about. It's like you do what you can and what you can't. As much as you want to throw your hands in it and do this and do that, it's like, Steve, back the freak up. And Kay, look, you took me back to one step at a time. And it took me back. It took me back to everything you and I have been saying, right? Cause look, y'all know me. I'm sorry. Y'all know me, right? I want it now. It's like, back up. I'm just saying. Cause woo, come on, real.
Hey, what's up? I'm in the airport, man. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay, man. What's up, lovely people, man? I love y'all. What's going on?
Love you too. Oh, thanks for dropping in.
I had to come over here and you know, show my support, man. I see you and the homegirls over here. I'm like, let me come over here and social support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where you running to?
I'm in Vegas. I just landed in Vegas real quick. I'm coming to see my kids. My kids live out here.
Oh, okay, that's still nice.
Yeah. Well, still taking kid business.
Yeah, I haven't came to see them because they was out of the country with their mama, so they just got back. So I gotta go see my babies, you know.
They young?
My son is 16, my daughter's 7, so.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so we talking about forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, me growing up, you know, knowing the word of God and everything, you know, growing up in the church and everything, it helped me with forgiveness a lot because that was something that was taught a lot in the church was forgiveness, you know. And the Christ-like kind of love, the agape kind of love and stuff like that. So I never really held grudges with people. So it's easy for me to give, you know, but of course I can't forget. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just like that, man. I forget people for the things the atrocities that they've done against me because, you know, I'm not a perfect person. I've done wrong in my day. I would like to think that I fixed a lot of my wrong, and I'm still trying. I'm still a work in progress as we speak. But forgiveness is more so for yourself. If you hold on to that kind of energy, it can become so to speak, like a cancer inside of deceit. I don't think we can say that word. Deceit inside of your body. You know what I'm saying? And it could deteriorate your heart, deteriorate the love that you have as a human being, and it'll just make you bitter and just fucked up towards other people. You know what I mean? It's fucked up towards life and just messed up. Just a jacked up human being. Like you won't even have love for your own kids. And for people who deserve your love, you won't even know how to exhibit it or give it out.
And I had to learn all that too, to actually learn to love myself. Yeah.
And
Come on.
Sometimes I think we give people too much. What's the word I'm looking for? We set high expectations on people, and we gotta consider how people was raised, their environment, and it's like we think people should act the way we would, or we think they should, but they really don't know how to. Like a lot of things come down to people not knowing how to conduct themselves, or what's crossing the line, or what boundaries are, or some people won't never treat it right to know how to treat other people. And that's what I've been really learning on. It's like really, like I have boundaries, but just really hearing people and seeing where they come from, because I'm a firm believer you can learn a lot just by talking to someone, right? And just kind of, seeing how their mindset is and what they think about certain situations. And that could lead very much well to how people are vetting people when they court, right? I say court because I think with courting comes purpose and intention, so you can really feel your way through, versus something that's more transactional and quid pro quo in the moment, right? So I've been learning a lot in these last 36 years, more so maybe 15 years, about people, and just really trying to understand people, because everybody is not on the same level.
Right.
So when we start thinking about, why did this person do this to us? Like, that was just totally effed up, right? But when you look at it, like, maybe you and the person won't never compatible anyway. So that it was gonna always be friction. And I really learned how not to ignore the red flags up front. Because sometimes we can want to see the best in people, but people don't know how to give their best to other people, right? It's like more so of behavior versus, let me think of that word. Hold on. Let me think of it. It's more so behavior versus circumstance, right? Some people act in the moment because they're impulsive, or like you can tell if their behavior is pretty much inconsistent. So I think when people hurt people, because the saying is hurt people, right? It's some trauma behind it. It's some mental health going on there, right? Up there in the brain. But like as far as just forgiveness, in the word forgiveness is give. So we have to give ourselves some grace and just walk away from the situation. That's how I kind of feel about it. Because I don't, as far as right energy, I don't have time to be giving nobody not a 0.5% of my energy, not none of it anymore, because it does weigh down on us. And then we start asking ourselves what we did wrong. And you could have never did nothing wrong in the beginning. It's just that person. Not saying that the person is a bad person, but if this was how they was raised and all they knew, it takes a while for someone to do self-reflection or do a self-inventory Some people don't even know how to do a self-inventory. They don't know how to do that. Like, it's so many gaps when it comes to people, like just trying to figure out where people are and how you meet them where they are. Like, it's just so many gaps. It's so much to still be discovered.
When we was talking the other day, all of us, and I'm gonna just say this about meeting somebody, and you were saying it 2K. It starts with the conversation over the phone, right? That's the point of vetting, at least getting to know each other. Now, and I'm gonna say this right here. If I plan on sleeping with you the first day I take you out, you're gonna already know. Because the goal is to giving you the choice to either sleep with me or not. It's not about me trying to take you to a nice restaurant, take you to the movies, doing all this type of stuff, and then say, "Man, I want this." No, that's not how I roll. But I was listening to what all of us was talking about the other day, right? And I was saying to myself, do people know how to court? Do people know how to date? Because we're going to talk about certain things, what you like, what's your dislikes, because you're learning a little bit about that person. And as y'all talking now, weeks can go by too. And you're going to go in those areas too. You're going to talk about, well, what do you like here? What do you like there? So you will know what turns that person on, what don't turn that person on. Because the goal is you want to make sure whenever y'all do get together in that area, I can't speak for no other man, but I can tell you about Steve. I want to make sure we knock each other world off, something like that. But I listen. I listen to people say certain things, and I'm like, y'all ever dated before? And then if I hear, like me, I don't have no problem with buying roses, flowers, candies. And if I see, I'm talking about doing the dating thing. If I see an outfit, because I'm looking at you and I see how you dress, and I see a beautiful outfit that I think you might like, I get stuff like that. But now, over the years, I've learned like not to be so quick to do those things. And it's sad. It's sad. But a lot of the people that I hear today, and I'm looking at the time frame, mainly with our women, and I don't like it because it's like they make themselves seem like they don't deserve to be treated special. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. Even if we have allowed people in our life that treated us like trash, and I'm gonna say this, Kay, every female that I cheated with, I stepped outside my marriage with, I appreciate them being a part of my life because they was there when I needed somebody. So I know people probably say things like, you're a home wrecker, you this, you that. I didn't look at it like that. And the majority of them had boyfriends. It was just two people trying to, be special for each other. And when I hear people talk about certain things, and still right now to this day, if I see any of them, I'll hug them and say, hey, how you been? How's everything going? I ain't gonna sit back and say, oh, I hate you, I this and that. No. Because whenever, and that's once again, I have to go back to being honest with me. I ain't worried about nobody else. I gotta be true to my own self. And I got a few of them numbers now, got children and everything. And I might call and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's everything? I know we're not getting together like that no more, but I don't hate them. They came into my life at a time where I really needed somebody. And that's why I listen close to people, right? Because you learn from your mistakes. And that's the best way I can put it. But I don't hate. I don't dislike. I don't regret. And if somebody say, is it anything, Steve, in your past that you would want to change? No. Because my past is what have made me a better man today than what I ever been. And that's what I hold on to. I'm a better man as a result of my experience, my strengths, and my hopes. And that's a freedom that you have in your life. That's a freedom that you have in your mind. When you try not to let a lot of outside stuff, and I'm not talking about business now and all that type of stuff, come in and weigh you down. I love it. And it's a balance. I had to go there. I had to go there, Kay. It's finding that balance with everything. But now, early on, to go back to the resentment part, when I first started when I did my 4th step, and I realized I was still holding on to a lot of anger, resentments, and stuff like that, right? And my sponsor told me, he said, you got to learn to let it go. The resentment, the anger, and I had to learn to replace it with love. I had to learn to replace it with love and forgiveness. And I'm talking about the resentment, the anger, the fear. You know, I had to replace it with something positive. And that's why a lot of people don't understand. Like when you carrying around a lot of hatred and bitterness and stuff like that, that causes you to be pain. That causes a lot of pain and misery in your life. So that's why for us, we had to learn to practice some acceptance and some forgiveness. And when I say that, love came with that, because I had to let go of the anger. I had to let go of the fear, the jealousies, the insecurities, the distrust. And that's when a lot of the positive aspects of life came into play. And the reason why I'm saying this, because this what I have to teach people when I'm dealing with them towards the 12 steps. Whatever happened in your past, we can't change that. It's already done. It's over with. But you have to find peace in your life in the here and now. So we can use scripture, Bible, in some cases with some people. And some people, you have to come at them in layman terms, in layman form, and just help them to understand history is just what it is, mainly past. Because when I say history, I thought about his story. But history is just what it is. But whatever happened yesterday is considered as history, the past. It's like learning to get along right now, in the here and now. And that's what I try to focus on. Conti, come up, because I was thinking about you. Come up. Conti. What's up, nephew?
What's going on?
Ain't not much. I just want to say this because you came across my heart today. And I know we was talking about some things yesterday. And if you don't believe, and you don't have to go nowhere, bro, you're always welcome up here. If you don't believe in what other people believe in, that does not mean you're wrong. Okay? If I just want you to know, wait a minute, if you're atheist, whatever it's called, I don't know. But when you hear us up here talking about like Bible, scripture, or spiritual stuff, and you might not agree with certain things, just keep in mind, bro, it's okay. It's okay. Or if you used to believe, you get me, and you don't believe anymore, I'd rather for you to explain why, to help, I'm going to just say me, understand certain things, because I don't know. But I don't ever want you to feel like you're not welcome up here, no matter what we're talking about.
You chimed up, bro. You was just talking about the, you know, how you might affect people, bro. And you did that to me. That's why I keep coming back, man. You know? Word up, yo.
Well, I just want you to know I'm here for you, man. God laid you on my spirit. And I don't know, right? the difference between, I'm gonna say, somebody that's an atheist and what is the other one? Because some of them do believe it's a God out there, they just don't worship it. And in your case, I'd rather for you to help me, and I'm speaking probably for them too, help me to understand like where you at, right? Or because I think you said you did grew up in church or something like that. And some people grew up in the religious sector, but they just got away from it because they didn't like whatever. You know what I mean? So sometimes when you share from your experience, you can help that other person, like myself, that don't really understand. And God laid that on my spirit. I need you to talk about Conti when we talk about certain things, if you just don't see it in that sense. You get me? So the day you came across my spirit.
That's what it's all about, brother.
Right.
We need to be honest with each other, and I care about your history as well, man. Shoot, man, we all go through things, man. And sometimes we don't have nobody to talk to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I said it quick.
And that's why I want you to know you welcome, because I know that's why I do this. Because a lot of times people might not have that support group out there. They might not feel as open, and I call you my little brother, even though you older than me. I just turned 46, but I call you my little brother.
Why you lying on the microphone right now, bro? Okay, anyways, I respect you because you got knowledge, not because of your age. All right, how about that?
And look, I respect you because I'm older than you, and I know what you 51, so you like my little brother. But look, I had to go back to my age. I be lying to myself with. I'm 64, but I tell myself I'm 46, and my body be like, you better stop playing. But yeah, I just some people, man, it's just my people, our people, man, is just special to me, and it's nothing like having somebody that you can be honest with, most of all yourself, because it's not as much as the outside, but it's learning to be honest with yourself, where you can have a big mouth like me. Not everybody now, where you can talk about certain things that people can turn around and use against you. But my thing is, you can't do a daggone thing with my story. That's my experience. Even if you like to play with it, I look at you like you're a fool. How you going to sit back, like with me, how you going to sit back and what I went through in life to get where I'm at, and you want to throw it back at me? It goes to show me how miserable and sick you are. No way in the world I can do that. Is to sit back.
You feel sorry for them because they have been through something to make them act that way. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
Nah, but look, you right.
I don't like Baltimore, motherfucker freakers. Yeah.
But look, I love Baltimore. Don't y'all pay no attention to Conti, all right? All right, Baltimore, don't pay no attention to Conti.
No, don't come to Ohio. It'd be a bad day for you.
Nah, he don't know. He's scared of Baltimore because he know Baltimore is more dangerous than Ohio. He know we don't play.
Okay, whatever, man. Yeah.
Where you come from, DC, Conti?
Yeah, that's my hometown.
See, look. See, we ran him, Baltimore City. We ran Conti from DC to Ohio.
Remember what happened? No, that's not the story. I had to go to North Carolina first, man.
Well, we ran him to North Carolina first.
Went down there, got some soul food, and came up to Ohio, bro.
You could have came to Baltimore and got some soul food.
Oh, yeah. Y'all do got good food, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't downgrade North Carolina like that. We make the best food. I'm from North Carolina, so you talking true. Right. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Well, don't forget, my mother and them came from North Carolina. I told y'all they taught me how to. Y'all want me to cook for y'all? Because I guarantee you'll be a diabetic when I finish.
Oh, well, we need a cooking contest because I need you to make it from scratch.
Damn! That's what I told my friend, right? He's a chef. And I told Chef Hall, I said, let me tell you something, because you went to school to learn how to cook. I said, I cook with love from down home, making macaroni and cheese back in the day with the elbow macaroni. God dang it. The heart, what's that cheese? God dang it. I ain't made it in so long.
Hoghead cheese.
Not the hoghead one. I'm talking about the sharp cheese, the mild cheese, the blah, 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 blah. I even learned now. Look. Oh yeah, Faith. My ex-wife, grandmother, she started cooking with the regular macaroni cheese with the 4 different cheeses in it. And then she would throw all the other cheeses in it and the cream stuff. I'm like, oh my God. And we started cooking it like that too. Blew me away. And this woman almost about 100 years old now.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like very unhealthy, but at the same time.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when I told y'all my ex-wife asked my son, told my son to ask me, did I want a plate? I was like, yeah. I couldn't wait to get that ham, that turkey, that fried chicken, that macaroni and cheese, that sweet potatoes, yams, and I've been cooking them all like that because that's how my mother cooked.
What about neck bones?
I stopped a long time ago. Now when I do greens, collard greens and stuff now, I use chicken thighs. I will boil my thighs and then I mix it together for the meat wise, right? Even when I do, I used to do sauerkraut and pigtails. I throw chicken and everything. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, Lord, I haven't had that in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You got me over here. Okay, I might have to do some pigtails.
Yeah, because my daughter, she'll call me and ask me, Dad, can you make me some sauerkraut? And we used to do it with the pigtails, but as time went on, and I had to do something different, so I started putting rabbit and using the neck bones, the ham hocks, and all that type of stuff. I started putting the chicken in it, the chicken thighs in it for the meat wise.
Okay.
It was just the seasoning.
I've never tried that. Okay. Okay.
Because it's how you season it.
Now.
And then, and then look, when I was living with my niece, we put vanilla in everything we cook, right?
Oh yeah.
And on Sundays, when I used to cook Sunday dinners, my niece told me one day, she said, Uncle Steve, can you please stop putting like the cinnamon and stuff, the vanillas and stuff? Because I'll do it I was going to say my greens, but I'll do it. And the only reason why she said it, because she said I reminded too much of the holidays. She's like, oh, because you make me think it's the holiday. Because you got that fresh holiday smell in the house. And she asked me to stop seasoning it to that degree. Let me tell you, you walked through that door, you would have thought it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you throw down all the time. It sounds like. Yeah, I like to do that. But I went from like plain country meals to now I can cook a little bit of everything. So I like to make everything from lamb to pig. So like I like the last time. What I really want right now is a whole half a pig on a grill. I want it on a barrel grill specifically with charcoal. You give me that right now, I'll be a happy girl.
Sometimes I'll be thinking about a pig feet and a piece of bread.
I haven't had it in so long.
I was just getting ready to say it.
like I've been eating healthy. So like what I eat now is turkey burger, lean beef if I decide to eat that. Or, so now you have me up here talking about it. So now I'm ready to go make some country food. I'm ready to make some breakfast, some scrambled eggs, some potatoes and onions, some salmon cakes, some biscuits, some molasses. I want a real good breakfast, some preserves, some a little bit of everything. I miss those breakfasts.
I know.
In the morning.
I know. I be thinking about going downstairs, scrambling up some eggs myself. And I like scrambled eggs, but I like them runny. And sausage, pancakes. But it never tastes like when you go to one of them side restaurants and they cook that sucker about that big. And this is, you trying to get that taste like they do on the outside. It just
yeah, you need that grill that they usually make it on.
Because I'm gonna be mad if I go to step on the scale and I weigh any more than 187.
Well, we ain't gonna talk about none of that right now. Okay. But I'm muscle, so I ain't mad at it.
I'm telling you, I put me on 6, what's that, Italian meatballs, and some Alfredo, and made sure I had a nice little salad thing. And that was around about 5 o'clock. And the goal is not to eat nothing else. So don't make me hungry.
You're doing good. I need to switch to your time.
I was going to eat it a little bit earlier so I can take me a nice walk. But I'm like, nah, I'll walk tomorrow. I was going to take me a long walk on the round. But I think I need to get out of here about 2 o'clock. So I probably go ahead, try to eat around that time. Not the salad. I'll say the salad for when I come back. But to take that walk, in the way I'm looking at taking the walk, if I leave out of here about 3, shoot, by the time I come back, it's going to be like 5, coming up on 6. So if I go just an hour earlier for the walk that I'm looking at, and then I would have to sit, rest, walk, sit, rest. It's just I want to take a real long walk. Then I'm trying to debate, do I want to put my ankle bracelets on or what? Because it kind of scratched my leg a little bit. So I said, if you put it on, make sure you put on 2 pair long socks so it won't rub too much. Because I can't afford to get no bruises and nothing like that. Because it's harder for me to heal as a diabetic. And I ain't trying to take no risk on none of that bull crap like that. So, so I'm trying to debate, trying to debate, do I want to walk with it or walk without it or put it on my arms? Because they 10 pounds. But I'm going to order me either another 10 or another 20. So I could do this while I'm walking as well with the feet and everything. I got one of them things to go like this too. But I'm like, I might get out of breath too quick with that one. Trying to take steps and go, sit down. Then take some more steps and go, yeah, but I know, Conti, you might not understand right now, but you will when you turn about 65 and wonder where all your energy that went.
Step it up every time you do it. Make that run. Step up the weight a little bit. And you'll just graduate, What do you mean? I mean, I don't practice that type of stuff, but, I understand it,
And look, Conti, the reason why I said that, because when I was coming across the street and I was just going up a little hill, right? And I caught myself trying to run. It was like, jog a little bit, right? I'm like, Man, you ain't there yet.
Oh, that reminded you of me? Oh.
No. I'm just looking at us as men in general, and we not young no more. I'm just looking at us as men.
Okay, man. Yeah, we can't skateboard no more. I broke my leg at 50. You know, that was stupid. Yep. Oh, look at you shaking your head. You did something stupid.
Cause I be wanting to try to go skating too, man. But I'm scared. I'm scared I might fall and hurt myself, like you saying. Certain things I be wanting to do that we did when we was younger. You get me?
Yeah. It won't heal to this day. I'm like, damn, it's been like 2 years, 3 years. You know, come on, man. I don't know. Hell.
And see, just for you to say that you broke something and it didn't heal right makes me think you older than me. I'm just joking. What's up, Aunt Mo? But this is some serious stuff. And I'm just talking about us as men, you know, when we can talk about getting older and the changes that's coming with it. You know what I mean? I love it, man. I love it.
Menopause?
Huh?
Menopause.
Yeah, I went through that. You went through it?
We like that. Oldest men because the older women with the menopause.
But what it's called anthropause for us, something like that. But it's still, if you look up the word like male menopause, it'll fall under that category. Yeah, I went through that. Did you go through that?
Oh no, not. I was talking about menopause.
I heard you talk about menopause. I say, you know, men go through that too.
I didn't know that men had anthropause. Is that a
It's anthropause, something like that. But that's a form of menopause, but it's for men.
Okay, I haven't gone through that yet.
I'm surprised.
Hey, what you mean by that, bro?
Because I went through it from 48 to 52.
I'm only 51.
I went through it from 48 to 52. So you mean to tell me you haven't went through it yet?
What you mean? How you recover from it? How did you do that?
It's just you go through. It's just your body changing, right? And I'm sitting up here going like this, and certain little things. Well, to get to to get too personal. Man, I was taking all types of stuff to try to, you know. Now I was doing it, but I wasn't releasing. So I was going through a lot, mentally, emotionally, and I was running. But and I didn't understand what it was until I mentioned it, and it was an older guy that told me what I was going through. And it was a form of male menopause.
Something with you. And like, I also want to know how you solve this problem.
Well, actually, it's not that you solve it. You go through. It's a process that you're going through, and you got to wait till it's over with. Real simple. I'm trying to make it simple for you. If I can say this word right here, it's like a midlife crisis thing for men. It's midlife crisis. And I didn't understand, like I said, I was taking all these different types of Agras, Cialimans, all of this and type of stuff, sleeping all around, doing what I was doing, but I wasn't releasing. And I couldn't understand what was happening in that process too. But I wasn't, what you say, because of that behavior, that was the way I was responding to it. So I'm gonna just say, in a way, for the male to understand, it was like a midlife crisis. you know, and changing. Your body's going through changes, you know. Now, I don't know how long it might last for a woman, or I don't know how often they might get it. It might be a certain time frame that they go through because it's the body going through the changes of it. And it could last a couple of years, it could last a couple of months. But I don't know if it once they go through it, I don't know if it's something that reoccurs with them or they just went through it at that time. But I know for me, I was about 48 when it started, and I was running, and I didn't understand why certain things was happening to me until somebody ran it down. Matter of fact, it was an older white guy that told me what it was, Conti. I was like, and I looked it up.
Oh, you fully recovered from that?
Yeah, it's and you go through certain little changes, you know. I'm talking about like mentally, emotionally, and stuff like that. And be honest with you, it was like if you see what I was doing like this. It was like I was going through certain little stuff and I was having little hot flashes and all that too, but I didn't understand what it was. And I'm like, what in the world? And once I started talking about it more, it was a guy that helped me to understand. So when you hear women share with you about what they're going through, when they going through menopause, men go through the same. Right?
Is it about timing? Because
right.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, because see, if you haven't experienced it yet, that's fine. That's fine.
No, everybody gotta wake up at one point, right?
Right, there you go. There you go. Now, see, I'm gonna share this too, and these are things that I talk with men about. Have you had your colonoscopy done yet?
No, I'm 51, man. I'm right there, I guess, you know.
I had it done twice. When I was in my 40s, which I supposed to got it done at 50. But I'm hearing now that a lot of men, younger men, I don't know how young, I ain't asked, but some of them are getting it done. I mean, they getting checked out. But I had to make sure when it happened with me, because the doctor put me out, right? Put me to sleep. And put the colonoscopy there and all that type, you know, the up my so once I woke up, you know, I asked him, did he still love me? Because he went in my boo-boo.
You said that, man.
I be saying that because I be wanting to scare y'all. I ain't letting them touch me. No, I ain't on him out there. Yeah, he went in my boo-boo. And then I was like, you love me? I felt violated.
This did not. But, you know, you want to, you know, let everybody else is like, yeah, oh, shit, this guy, man, I've been through some stuff.
I be wanting to scare y'all asses, right? I be like, did you go get that thing done yet? And then afterwards, you like, that's all you did was use that thing to check me, right? You didn't put that other thing in me, didn't you? Because I was out. People be telling me, stop, Steve. Like, yeah, you got to go get it done. I had it done twice.
I got a question, man. You ever been so constipated you think about sticking your own finger up your butthole?
You better.
Shit, you gotta come out, man.
You better get some Vaseline or call P. Diddy and ask him, can you use some baby oil? But man, oh.
Anybody want to talk about constipation? I mean, that's the worst feeling I ever felt in my life.
That's all the ladies got to do is talk about labor, giving birth. Because
I think when I have constipation, I got these pills by Dr. Tobias on Amazon. And I mean, they can cost a lot to some people, but to me, it works. And it clears out your whole system, any parasites you may have. And it's really gentle on your stomach. It's not like that center that can be kind of crampy sometimes. And I mean, it seemed like it takes everything out from that day, the prior week, and 2 weeks before. And it's a really natural feel. Like, I love his products. And you only need one of them, and it'll clean you out for 2 solid days straight. So you probably should plan to be at home.
Yeah. And see, the thing with that, once you clog up like that, it's breaking the inside of it up because it's in you. And it's too big to just come out like that. So it's breaking it up, because when I was over the prison, man, and I got constipated, I fell out on the floor. I'm like, get me out of here. Because I was trying to go to the emergency room for them to soften stuff up, but they ended up taking me over to the medical part, and they gave me something, right? And I seen you put Docalex in there, but they gave me something to help soften, because it got to go through. But at that time, man, I was hurting so goddamn going bad, I ain't know what to do. I called them to help me. And but what I realized is a lot of people that at that time, which one of them pills I was taking that tends to clog you up? It's a pain pill, so that you take. But anytime you take that pill, you have to take a laxative, because it will clog you up. And I'm trying to think of the pill that, it's like a smug, but it will clog you up.
Any opioid.
Yeah, along that line. And after, because when I had my other operation on my feet again, I made sure they did. Made sure, because after a day or two, you'll start getting clogged up. So I had to make sure they gave me exactly what you were saying, Conti, to keep it soft. And believe me, as long as I had to take that pill for the pain, I took to keep the stool softening. So certain things, now here I go, Conti, watch this. When you get to know your body, you got to watch out for it. Certain things. Your body will let you know ahead of time what's happening. So you got to do the right things. And I like what KY said, because I never heard of that. But I can't get too deep. But if you haven't made a movement, and you always want to at least make a movement a day, and sometimes they say after every meal, right? But you don't want to hold nothing in you like that too long, because it will start clogging up. So after every meal, come on.
And it started making your body stink, like as far as like the food being in you, it started rotting.
Yeah.
You want to get it out as fast as you can, but the one I like is Dr. Tobias, and it's a colon cleanse. But when you take any type of laxative or like cleanses, it's best to take omega-3 fish pills with them, because it helps restore your colon.
Okay.
Dr. Toby.
Cause thank you for saying that. I had brought some everything I'm taking supposed to clean everything out. I'm talking about as far as the magnesium and the oil, all that's supposed to help clean your system out, like what KY is saying. So what I did, I went and got me some of that. I might pronounce it wrong, but anyway, it's like that liquid laxative stuff that you would take in the bottle, like God dang it, Citrum, something like that.
Oh yeah, citrus citrate.
Right. I went and brought me a bottle, because I used to take it a lot years ago, but I wanted to clean my insides out a little bit more. So mainly with the stuff that I'm taking to help clean you out. Watch it. Look, KY. Watch it. I had to create a pamper. I'm like, what the happened?
Yeah, those laxatives can be dangerous because it makes it liquid.
So you get it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you should want it to be solid as it can be, because it just takes up, when we poop, it takes your nutrients out of your body. It can dehydrate you. So, like, I know if you go to like a gastro doctor or like a colon doctor, really ask them questions and stuff, because they can help you like restore the lining in your colon, and it won't, break down or be weakened or anything. But it is some pills, some natural pills that keep your poop whole, like the Dr. Tobias pills. They don't make anything liquid.
Right. And see,
even if you took 3 of them, you're always supposed to take 1 or 2 at the most. But if you take 3, because I tried to take 3 to see what it'd do, it won't even make it liquid at the 3rd pill, but you will feel like some burning or something, like you just ate hot food.
But I wanted that though. I wanted that feeling, right? But look, just what you keep saying, the colon. When you go to get your colon done, I don't know if they do this with the women too. I don't know. But when you go to get it done, they give you that liquid stuff like that cause you to, and for some people, if they don't order you, like the doctor order you some type of liquid stuff to soften it like that, they will tell you drink that citrate stuff, because people have went and brought that to clean everything out. So when they go there, but you right. And I'm gonna say this, that's why I ordered that, because I haven't had it in a while, in years. So I did it because I wanted to feel more clean. You get me? Like drained. And you right about the other parts of it. Certain things you just can't take all the time, right? Yeah, but I wanted to just for that.
I tried eating prunes, but it doesn't work for my system. It takes me still. I can eat a whole bag of prunes, and it'll still take me more than 2 days to poop.
Wow.
It's just me just going to what I know, because I don't know if it's like my body. People gotta really know their bodies, but I tried the prunes because it's always good to go natural first before you use any supplements. But I tried to use the prunes, and it takes me like 2 days, versus I can take a Dr. Tobias, and I can go within like 4 hours.
And see, what I love about this conversation, family. This goes back to like, basically, I don't want to just say men's mental health, but it goes back to your health in general. Everything we talking about is about taking care of yourself, proper cleansing and stuff like that. Vitamins y'all talking about, mainly when Popcorn talk about certain things that she's taking. And I remember early on, family, I used to take mainly the stuff for the men, the energy and stuff like that. And I'm kind of wondering again, do I need to take something to like energize myself a little bit more? And I'm talking about because of the walking stuff, and I was thinking about that too. Just listening to some of the pills that, God dang it, you see where my mind is at? Like the vitamins that because I used to take a lot of vitamins, but as time went on, little by little, I end up getting away from it.
You can go get those B12 shots. They really do real at the doctor. I go get them from the doctor office when I'm feeling really low and the pills are not working for me. I do the B12 shots.
You said B12?
Mm-hmm. You should ask your doctor.
I'm trying to think.
My uncle, my uncle and my aunt had told me because they started getting it, and it's like a B12 shot that you can get. Your insurance should cover it.
Yeah, because I heard about the B12 before.
No, I'm not a doctor, but I am well informed.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm well informed. I read a lot. I talk to my nurse practitioner a lot. I got a personal nutritionist. Like at work, we have a wellness app. So since they pay for it, I use it. But I'm not a doctor, so this is for just educational purposes only.
Thank you.
What I've learned through my experience with trying to figure my body out and from what my friends tell me. And sharing is caring because sometimes people don't know this.
Right.
People don't share it. People be embarrassed to talk about what they're going through. But it's just our bodies. We can learn from one another.
And I'm going to tell y'all this, right? I mean, I know y'all are looking at me and I know y'all see me. But to me, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, for a 64-year-old man, Steve, you don't look your age. And then when I look at the little gray right here, stuff like that, and I don't want to be grayed up, you get me? Because to me, that's the stress of life. That's my bull crap, right? But for me to look at myself, and I'm 64, and I run across a lot of people that's not as old as me, but they look old to me. They look like they stressed out with life. And it's not to talk bad about nobody. But when I look at myself, and I be like, Steve, you're a handsome goddamn dude. But like I said, I can't see myself like y'all might could see me. Like, yeah, Steve, you is old, but you look old. But to me, and then I had to look at my skin, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the wrinkles, and I'm like, God dang, bro, you handsome as all outdoors. I know. Don't get jealous, Conti. Don't get jealous.
What's wrong with this guy, man? He thinks he looks younger than me. I don't know. He gets his numbers backwards all the time.
Woo! Well, then you flip your number around. It'll make you 15.
Okay, that's direct insult.
No, you scared to say you that young.
Oh, son of a bitch. I don't want to be that young. Can I be 18?
I know. Hey, little Conti, I know. I know, Conti. I be lying to myself so much. I be like, Sting, stop. I'm talking about you 46. Your body be like, stop lying to yourself. That's why my son be like, oh man. I be like, your father. You is my father. I be like, oh yeah, that's right. But you know what though? It's a good feeling, bro. When you can sit back and laugh and kid and joke about yourself. You get me, Conti? Oh, y'all get me, family? Oh God. Listen when I be saying, whoa. Look.
So many jokes, we got mistakes.
Right.
So, I want to know about KY because I really want to let her know that she has a passion in hospitality or something. I don't know why I want to say that right now, but very knowledgeable. Why are you drinking your beer right now? Okay, but
oh,
I'm sorry. No, I was joking. I know it's not a beer. It's
okay.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, man.
You all right. You all right. I ain't no problem with that. Conti.
I'm drinking a beer.
Well, I know one day when that time is right and you want to let it go, you'll let it go. That's why I said you always welcome up here, bro. Always welcome, little bro.
Yeah, I didn't mean to insult nobody.
You ain't insult. You ain't insult. Believe that.
I'm gonna stick around for a little bit.
Yeah, okay. But now keep in mind, I I try not to unless you coming at me a certain way. But to me, I love your sense of humor and everything. And if somebody is ignorant, I be trying to catch myself, because a lot of times, you know, even though I'm a God-fearing man, I can flip over a table on you, you know. And that's one thing I try to keep in mind. When I read the part about Christ flipping that table over, and I said, oh my God. Excuse me, he was human.
You
He was
making
human.
jokes because he flipped the supper table over?
He flipped the table over in the synagogue because he was mad about what they was doing there. They was disrespecting it. And he flipped that table over. And the thing that the point I'm trying to make is the Creator became human, right? And dwell amongst his people. A lot of people don't believe it. And it's okay. But when I started looking at the individual, and I'm talking about Christ, that's why when you hear me say things like, I'm a loving, caring, kind, considerate person. Philippians talk about imitating Christ's humility. I don't hear a lot of people talk about that. Emulating Christ's humility. He was a loving, caring, kind, considerate person. So I'm looking at the character. I'm looking at the personality, not just the man itself. I'm looking at the personality of the individual. And then reading about the part about flipping the table over, I just realized too, he got angry. He got hungry. He got lonely. He got tired, but he just didn't sin. Or he didn't act out in a destructive way. I'm going to say with the flesh. Now, that's how God starts showing me. So I can't, look, I'm just sharing mine. Because people have a tendency, no, Conti, no, I'm just sharing mine. But no, I'm just saying, some people have a tendency, bro. They will go back and they will go in scripture and they will try to fix it a certain way, which I'm explaining how it relates to my life as well. Of the person, of the individual. Do you get me? That's all.
I get you, bro. Yeah. I think you from Baltimore. I
don't care if I was from Texas. If I was from Texas, no.